Welcome back to Whiskey Wonder Woman. In today's video, we're doing Liberty Bourbon from Disobedient Spirits located in Homer, PA. So this bottle is 4 years old. They have the recipe in the back. It's Pennsylvania Yellow Dent Corn, 63%, Pennsylvania Danko Rye, 21%, and smoked, really? And smoked malted barley, 16%. Disobedient Spirits was founded by two professors, I believe. And they have two bourbons. One is 2 years old and this one, which is 4 years old. And I think they have a bunch of other spirits, but I settled for their oldest bourbon, which I think they came out in 2012. And yeah, this bottle is 4 years old and at 90 proof. Liberty Bourbon is matured for over 3 years in 53-gallon char 4 oak barrels. So that means it's going to be a deep char. The resulting spirit is a delightfully balanced medley of spices, including vanilla and caramel, with hints of smoke on the nose. In the mouth, it is soft and sweet, delivering stimulating tingle on the tongue, which means it's gonna burn. So I paid about, I think $55 for this bottle. And at 4 years old, I didn't think it was bad, especially when it was coming from a local place in PA. So let's open this up. Has disobey on, oh. Okay. Honestly, it's very light in color. It's very cloudy. It's not clear. It's hard to explain. It's very light, but it's a little foggy. But not saying that anything's wrong with it. That's just what the color is giving. It's very smoky. It smells like smoked grains. I'm not really getting any vanilla. It smells like smoked corn on the grill. But I'm not getting any like charred oak, any vanilla, any caramel on the nose. So let's see if we can get that on the taste. Honestly, it reminds me of a scotch. Almost like a peated scotch because it's so smoky and it kind of mellows out and disappears really fast. In the taste, it's super smoky and I think it's from that char number 4. It kind of overpowers the entire palate of this bourbon. And seeing that this bourbon is 4 years old, I think that the bourbon itself, I think, needs more time to develop to get more characteristics in the bourbon because the smoke profile is kind of taking over. And maybe that's what they were going for because they said it was smoky, and because it reminds me of a peated scotch, maybe, did they say it was smoked barley? Yeah, they did. It was smoked malted barley. So maybe their intention was to make it seem like a scotch. And if that was the case, they kind of hit that on the nail. So I give it 10 out of 10 for hitting that mark. However, I still think that if they made the bourbon taste like a scotch. However, because it's a bourbon, it's not really tasting like a bourbon. And I think for it to, for me to rate it as a bourbon. I think it's still lacking enough body and flavor, and the smokiness kind of takes over the entire palate, and even though the finish is light, there's still a hint of smokiness. So overall, I think the bottle is great for the resemblance of a scotch, because I think that's what they were going for, because it was smoked and the barrels were charred at a number 4. However, I think if this bourbon is aged longer, I believe that it would, I don't know how to word this. I think if this bourbon was aged longer, I think we will see a whole bunch of different flavors coming out of this bourbon that would surprise you, because it would be a mix of both, technically a peated smoky scotch and a bourbon, and I think that's just different. You don't really see that anywhere, and just for them doing this, such as a smoked malted barley, you don't really get that anywhere. So that is definitely different. So I would like to see this bottle at an older age. So hopefully we get to see that later on. That is my review on Liberty by Disobedient Spirits. I can't wait to see what else they have in store. See you in the next video. Cheers.